like, subscribe, and leave a comment. So here's your review of AEW Collision, the week commencing the 15th of January 2024. So it starts with Edge coming out, or Adam Copeland. Basically comes out, greets the crowd, gets a really good reaction, and then he says it's time for the Cope Open, I believe it's called. So that any match, it's like an open challenge. Who wants it? Who comes out? Lee Moriarty. Lee Moriarty comes out and challenges Adam Copeland or Edge. Really good match. He's actually one of Lee Moriarty's pretty closest matches he's had recently when I've seen him wrestle. But in the end, Edge gets the victory because Lee does eat pins. I don't remember him winning in the last year. So if anyone's remember him winning, let me know. Then we have the FTR in the back talking about teaming with Danny Garcia to take on the House of Black later on in the show. Then we also have Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho talking about taking out Ricky Starks and Big Bill in their tag team title match later on in the evening in the main event. So let's see what happens there. Then we have Lance Archer and the Righteous versus the Mogul Embassy for the Ring of Honor Trios Championship. Really good match. Obviously, there's a bit of shenanigans. Prince Nana got involved slightly. Swerve wasn't there. He wasn't swerving where he drives, and it wasn't there. But no, really good match. But in the end, Prince Nana and the Mogul MC wins. Then after the match, Prince Nana calls out the Bullet Club Gold for a match on Dynamite. So let's see what happens there. Then we have Dustin Rhodes versus Willie Mack in a great match. But in the end, Dustin Rhodes gets the victory. Then after the match, Dustin Rhodes he's getting interviewed. Then he gets approached by Christian Cage, the Patriarchy. And then Christian Cage basically calls out Dustin saying, any person who's a friend of Edge, Adam Copeland, you're an enemy of mine. And then it gets turned up because Dustin Rhodes goes, you know what? You're here running your mouth. I actually wants that TNT title. I'm coming for you. So let's see what happens. Then we have Hangman versus JD Drake in a decent match. But in the end, he ain't beating Hangman. Hangman gets the victory. Then we have Diana, I believe her name is, versus Red Velvet in a decent match. I know they had a little bit of beef. I think it was on Dynamite, But in the end, Diana gets the victory. Then you have the FTR and Danny Garcia versus the House of Black in a really good match. Go and watch it. Any match with the House of Black in or FTR is always a great match, so go and watch it. But in the end, the House of Black gets the victory. I actually thought they would lose. Then in the main event of the evening, it's Ricky Starks and Big Bill versus Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara for the tag team titles, the AEW tag team titles in a street fight. You had everything. You had brawling, you had chairs, you had everything, and the kitchen sink. But in the end, and still your tag team champions, Ricky Starks and Big Bill. That's your review of AEW Collision. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment.